Hi, this is Gloria Douglas, real estate agent in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I am coming to you today because I want to do a series for the NACA program. I'm getting questions of people having concerns because of whatever reason that they need help with getting everything together for their first appointment. So before I even get started, let me do my disclaimer. I do not work for NACA. I have never worked for NACA, and I am an independent real estate representative. I just happen to believe in the NACA program. I think that it's a wonderful program, regardless of everything that you have to deal with them. I believe that it is a great program, so I try to help people get through the process as much as I possibly can. So here's what my goal plan is. I'm doing this now so that you can get what you need to have beginning this coming Sunday. Because of the people on the East Coast that contact me, you'll be able to know what to do or what you're going to be doing starting this coming Sunday. And then every Sunday, you'll be able to know what your homework assignment is for the upcoming week. So first thing you need to do, get a notebook. This is about, 1.5 inches wide? 1 inch wide? I'm not good with numbers and measurements and all of that kind of stuff. But get a notebook. What color it is does not matter as long as it works. Also, if you have already gone through your first appointment or gone to a workshop, have your NACA book handy and ready to go as well, for when we get to things that are in the book that you need to have. The next thing that you need to do, for those of you that have already gone through the NACA class, is get on page in the new book. The old book, I think it was in the 30s, 32 through 38 or 33 through 38, something like that. In the new book, because they've condensed the book down tremendously, your daily expense record. Now this reads backwards for me, so hopefully it's reading properly for you. But I need you to, what I want you to do is beginning Sunday, make copies of this sheet for every adult over the age of 18 in your household that is going to be going on your NACA loan. If it's a husband and wife, if it's mother and daughter, if it's father and son, whatever the makeup is, if it's just you by yourself. But this daily expense sheet, beginning this coming Sunday, keep track of every single solitary expense that you buy that is not part of your regular budget. That's what I need you to do. Now, one of the questions that I always get, food, but not grocery store. That's the first one on this line. What they mean by that is how you stop at the gas station to get gas, but then you pick up a hot dog or some chips or cookies or something like that. That water, soda, that's what goes there. That's food, but that's not from the groceries that you're getting outside of the grocery store. For meals, the lunch and eating out, that is if you do go to whatever your favorite food chain is or food truck is to grab some food off of it. Now, if you don't do cigarettes or newspapers or lottery tickets or alcohol or any of those things, but you get something else, say you buy a trinket or something off a street, how the kids are selling like the Girl Scout cookies right now. Cross off cigarettes if you don't smoke, put Girl Scout cookies. And then however many boxes you bought during the week. You're going to keep track of this from this coming Sunday to the following Sunday. Actually through Saturday, because you want to do it for 7 days. So from Sunday to Saturday, and then do a total, combine everything for the month. And how you do that is you take these 7 days, total it up for the week, times it by 4, and then that will give you your monthly total. And then you do that all the way down the column. If you don't spend any money, then you won't be filling this out. But carry this with you so that you do not forget anything. Gas in the car, stopping in the grocery store to get groceries, those things do not go on this list. So that's your first homework assignment, is to do this. During the rest of the week, what I need you to do is turn over to page 22 and 23. Because it's only going to take you a minute or two to do the expense diary every day, I need you to start working on your budget. That's page 1, which is page 23. This is 2, which is page 22, I'm sorry, and this is page 23. So I need you to start filling this out. Your first job, your second job. If you have a co-borrower, their first job, their second job. That comes into the house before any taxes are taken out. So if they say you make $20 an hour, then it's $20 an hour times, if you work a regular 40-hour week and you get paid twice a month, $20 an hour times 80 times 26 tells you how much you make a year, divided by 12, and then that'll give you your monthly total. Okay? So child support, if you don't receive any regular income and you receive alimony that you're going to be getting for 3 years or more, Social Security, retirement, anything like that, you want to go ahead and note those things down, and then total what all your debts are. And you can give an average. So people always say, well, I average about, I don't even know how much my electric bill is. Okay. So go back and look at your bank statements. Go back and look at the actual monthly statement and see if in October you pay $100 and in November you paid $150, and then in December you paid $200, and then in January you went down to $175, and then now in February you're back down to about $150 again. Total all of those things up, or even if you, it's better yet, if you have for the whole year of what you paid, total up what you have that you paid every month from January to December of 2016, add it up, divide by 12, that's what you pay average for your power bill per month. And then you'll do the same with your regular utilities. Now, if you do not have school lunches because you don't have children, or your children are above school lunch age and so you don't have that anymore, but maybe you do your own eating out, or you do your own, pay for your own lunches because you buy lunch for yourself, then you can put lunches there for you if you want to consider that eating out separately from going out to dinner or going out with friends. However you want to break it down so that you understand it, that's fine. Just break it down so that you understand it. Okay? That's what's important, because you need to, when you go in front of your counselor, you're going to need to be able to explain it. So you need to know what they're asking for and how your brain works. You're going to have to merge the two together some kind of way. And so by writing everything down, and don't skip any lines, this will help give them an idea as to where your money is going to. Okay? Now, ladies, gentlemen, do not forget haircuts, nails, beauty salon trips, makeup habits, purse habits, shoe habits. Don't forget any of that kind of stuff, because all of those things are important. They have dry cleaning down here. Someone mentioned to me today, oh, I forgot I do dry cleaning. It's right here on this list already. So if you look at the list, you go down and everything that applies to you, then put it on this list. When it gets to, let me see if they have entertainment. I'm looking. Okay, so for other, where they have other, lottery tickets. A lot of people do lottery tickets. A lot of people don't do lottery tickets. It just depends on the person. So you can do, what I would recommend that you do is, if you don't do lottery tickets, fine. Cross that out. Make sure you put your Netflix, your Hulu, your Amazon Prime. Put those in there, especially if you're paying for them every month. Because it's a bill and it needs to be accounted for. People have, or someone has asked me about church tithe. My personal, and I will give you only my personal opinion, because I tithe. Not everyone does. And my personal feelings about tithe has nothing to do with what I'm getting ready to say right now. But I want you to just think about what I'm going to say and think about what your goals are. Because there are diehard tithers, regardless of whatever else, they're paying their tithe and then, or returning their tithe and then doing whatever else first. That's between you and the Lord. I have no heaven and no hell to put you in. I have nothing to do about that, and I have nothing to say about that. So what I want you to keep in mind is, when it comes to tithing, when it comes to charity donations, those two things, when it comes to vacations, unless you're taking vacations a lot, because it's going to reflect in your account. My personal guidance is this. Keep in mind the fact that if you are a tither and you put down tithe and you put down charity donations and vacations on this sheet of paper, be it that is $50 a month, $500 a month, $5,000 a month, however much it is, for NACA purposes only, NACA is going to consider those things as a debt. Now, considering them as a debt because you're telling them this is what I pay regularly, they count it as a debt, as it's a regular bill. As in their eyes, it's a regular bill. Now, what does that mean for you? That means that you are going to be lowering the amount of home that you can purchase with anything that you put on here that you can, that you normally pay cash for. Sometimes you pay by check, but that you are spending money on, that you can maybe decide to put the money in your account, save it to pay at a later time. Does that make sense? So some people return their tithe every week. Some people return it once a month. Some people return it once a year. So I'm not telling you to not return your tithe. I'm not saying that at all. What I am proposing to you is any tithe or donations or vacation money, you take it, maybe put it into a separate savings account, keep track of it separately, but it's building your savings. And then once you get into your home, then at the end of the year, go ahead and just pay it all, return it all at that time, because you're still saving it. You just putting it to the side and it's going to be your savings. That's now, any NACA people that are watching this, you may not like what I have to say. However, if they were my client, that's how I will be guiding them, because If they're saving it, what they do with that money after they close on their house, that's totally their business. But I do understand NACA's position, which is, if that's what you're going to be doing, then count it. But if you're saving it, you're saving it. So you have to make that decision for yourself, because someone said, well, isn't that lying? It depends on how you look at it. It depends on how much house you can afford. Does that mean that it's the difference between you saving $200 for, or not putting in your budget $200 of tithe or charitable donations, and you're putting it into a savings versus putting it down on paper as a debt? That could mean the difference between you getting a $150,000 house versus a $175,000 or even $200,000 house. So it depends on where your priorities are. Now, you cannot go and say, well, I go to Cuts R Us to get my hair done, but you don't put it down here on this book. And every time you go to Cuts R Us, it costs you $25. You leave a tip of $5. So really it's $30. And they see $30 coming out of your account. Or let's do an even number, because now the ATM machines do an even number. So every month you're taking $40 out of your account. Well, what's that $40 coming out of your account for every month? And then you tell your counselor, oh, because I get my hair done every month and I give them cash. Well, you did not note that in your book. Well, Gloria said that if I don't want to count it as a debt, then I shouldn't put it down here. That's not what Gloria said. What Gloria said is, when it comes to tithe, donations, vacation, money like that you would be paying cash for, instead of putting it down as a debt, take that money, put it into your savings. That's what I'm saying. And then your hair care for your haircut at Cuts R Us, you're taking that money out. They're seeing it coming out regularly. You're going to have to explain that they don't know what that is. So even though you may give Cuts R Us cash, then you still have to note it down as a debt, because you're doing it every month. With the tithe and the charitable donations, you can put that money to the side, because to do anything that you spend is a choice. I just want you to be mindful of the things that maybe you can let go right now and put the money to the side into a savings. And then once you purchase your house, then do whatever it is that you want to do with that money. That's what I'm proposing. Okay. So fill this book out completely. Be mindful of anything and everything that is going out of your account. They ask you for 90-day statements to stay updated for a reason. And you need to keep that in mind. If you're trying to get around the system and not pay this or go under the table this way, that way, it's not going to work, and they're not going to work with you. So, and I'm not saying that returning your tithe and donations, that's being dishonest. I don't feel like it is. I feel like no one says that you have to return your tithe every week or every month. You can return it at any time. You can return it once a year. A lot of people don't know that. My personal opinion on tithe has nothing to do with this whole situation, except I'm just telling you what they are going to be looking at. Okay? You cannot not put down sporting events, and yet you're buying tickets that's clearly on your bank statement for whatever your city's game is, and it's coming out of your account, and it's going to be right there, big as day, however much the tickets are, or concert tickets for, Ticketmaster, they're going to see that. So I'm not telling you to lie. I'm not telling you to be dishonest. What I'm saying is, take that money, put it into savings versus putting it as a debt for right now. That's what I say. Now, what you choose to do, if you choose to still add it as a debt, that's fine. That's totally your business. I cannot say do it, don't do it, but this is just a suggestion from me to you, only until you get through this process, because everything else you have to be so honest and so transparent about. So that's one thing that you can, put in a savings account and let that build up and use it to your advantage, and then return it later. That's all that I'm saying. So work on your budget. Make sure you have everything done on your budget, because beginning this coming Sunday, your homework assignment is going to be to get a notebook, to complete your daily expense diary, and to work on your budget. And to gather, when you're working on your budget during the week, also start gathering your most recent 90-day most recent 90-day bank statements, W-2s, tax returns for 2015 and 16, tax transcripts for 2015 and 16. You cannot order 2016 tax transcripts until you have actually filed your tax return. After you filed your tax return, wait about, I think once they receive it, I think you have to wait about maybe 10 days or so. And then when you go online to www.irs.gov and order your tax returns, and order everything that you can, the account one, the wage one, and I think there's one other one, or just order everything that they have available. It's all free. But you can't do that one for 2016 until after you've actually filed. So get your tax transcripts already. Get your most recent 30-day pay stubs. I said 90-day pay statements, W-2s, tax returns, tax transcripts. Get all of those financial papers together. And then not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday is when I will give you guidance on how to start putting everything together in this book. Okay? So that's the first thing that I need you to do. I may be trying to get on a website if you guys would like to do a webinar to where I can be live and answering questions for you to start setting up your book. Then please either let me know below by leaving me a message down there, texting me or emailing me. Texting me or emailing me and letting me know. And if I have enough interest, then I will go ahead and set up an account, a webinar account, so that I can be live and can help guide you, more personally, if that's something that would be good for you to do. Okay? So, but that's your homework for right now. And then I'm going to do another video in a minute, because of one of the things that I get when it does come to your daily expense diary and it balancing out financially for you. So, let me know if you want to do, let me know if you want to go ahead and do live webinars. And then if so, I will set that up for this coming Sunday. And then we'll kind of just go from there. But I'm going to do this series and get it done so that when you have your first appointment, you're going to walk in the door, you'll be straight. You'll have everything that you need to have together as far as what I am able to help you with, according to the information that I know that you need, and according to what you need to have according to your situation, because some things are going to be a total surprise, and it's going to be like, I didn't know that you need that. Some things I won't know. But for the bulk of it, we want to try to have your appointments be down to like no more than 3, because that is a reality that you can go to qualification within 2 or 3 appointments. Okay. All right. So my name is Gloria Douglas. I am here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I work in the Realty Pros office in Las Vegas. And if you need a NACA representative, when you go to sign up for NACA, if you have not already signed up for it, just click my name as Yes You Have a Realtor, Gloria Douglas with Realty Pros. And then also shoot me a text or email or phone call, and I will be more than happy to help you, represent you, and get you through this NACA process so that you can own your own home. All right, talk to you later, and I'll do your next video in just a few minutes. All right, bye-bye.